The government wants to disband the entire board of Mumias Sugar in a sweeping move meant to restructure their beleaguered miller. The miller announced a 1.4 billion shillings half-year loss, bogged down by shrinking sales and ineffective machinery to crush cane. To save the miller, the government intends to implement a far-reaching restructuring plan that is expected to see close to 300 employees sent home.
All has not been well at Mumias Sugar for close to 7 years. Any news on the country's largest miller would generally be disheartening and disturbing for all those associated with it. The troubles can be traced back to far-reaching claims of corruption and cartel-like practices that have brought Mumias Sugar to its knees. The result of this manifested itself when Mumias Sugar announced a 1.4 billion shilling 6 months loss. During the period, revenues fell by 65% from 7 billion shillings to 2.6 billion shillings. The near wiping out of revenues was due to an unscheduled and out-of-crop maintenance of its factory in October and November owing to cane shortage. According to the miller's management, low sugar production, high production costs and lower prices resulting from illegal sugar imports further compounded the company's half-year result. Put into context, Mumias Sugar accounts for a third of the total annual sugar output in the country, underlying its importance to the sugar industry. Also dogging Mumias are the multitude of creditors lining up for payments. It is estimated that Mumias Sugar has a debt of close to 5 billion shillings with 7 banks as well as utility companies. Not wanting the miller to go bust, the government has finally decided to bail out Mumias, but with far-reaching consequences. In a statement sent to newsrooms, Deputy President William Ruto announced the government had decided to inject 5 billion shillings in order to get Mumias back on its feet. But to do so, the miller will have to undergo a complete restructure. In the deal hammered in a meeting today, more than half of the board is expected to be sent home and the entire management changed. Audit firm KPMG has also been appointed to oversee the restructuring that will involve a rights issue expected to inject 4 billion shillings into the cash-strapped firm. Mumias has been in the news recently for all the wrong reasons, one of them being the 1.2 billion shilling importation scandal that left the company on the brink of collapse. A forensic report by audit firm KPMG revealed massive corruption at Mumias, including fraudulent importation of sugar, awarding of contracts and procurement. The restructuring starts in earnest with the board directed to notify shareholders of an annual general meeting and appointment of the audit firm. The DP is said to have requested members of the board to voluntarily resign for failing the company or risk being pushed out. The decision came just a day after farmers held violent demonstrations in an attempt to evict the management, whom they accused of failing to pay them for delivery of cane. Michael Karanja, KTN.